Now, I shared with you some evidence last Friday that we might have started to flatten the curve, that is, reduce the growth rate of infections. Remember, I said we didn't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it was encouraging to see that there might be some gain coming from all our pain, the pain of businesses shutting down, people losing their jobs and the disruption for everyone across the community. Well, the figures have continued in that direction. Let's look at the national figures first, where there was a flattening last week, bit of a rise on Saturday, but heading in the right direction again the last 3 days. And in New South Wales, which of course has had about half the national cases, there's a distinct flattening and downward trend continuing. This is good, this is encouraging, but the measures are still being tightened because there's a long way to go and the risks are huge.
We have had a somewhat slowing of the growth in the epidemiology curve, but it's not enough. We have to slow it further. We have to slow it further and we have to stop the thing that's worrying us most, which is community transmission.
That stabilisation of numbers is what we are looking to do, that flattening of the curve. But this is not a time to take a foot off the brake. We really need to redouble our efforts to work as a society to make sure we are doing everything we can to slow the spread of the virus.
And so the state and territory governments are now saying they will strictly enforce the tighter social distancing or physical distancing rules. We've already seen horrible scenes of police patrolling Sydney beaches and people forced off St Kilda Beach in Melbourne. I hope police and council rangers use a lot of common sense here. They've got a tough job, but people have to be treated with respect. And family groups or young couples and the like taking in some fresh air has got to be tolerated so long as we're being sensible.
Gatherings outside or inside should not be more than 2 people unless it's your immediate family, and that is something that we will enforce.
If you are outside or in your backyard gathering in more than 2 people, if you're having friends over for dinner or friends over for drinks that are not members of your household, then you are breaking the law. You face an on-the-spot fine of more than $1,600 and Victoria Police will not hesitate to take action against you.
Strange times are these, and we're all in it together, but we've got to make sure we don't allow ourselves to become some kind of police state or allow the nanny state mentality of some authoritarian types override our good sense. Just stay home as much as possible, and when you're out, keep your distance from others. It's not that hard. We don't need politicians, police and journalists over-interpreting every guide, every rule. We know there's going to be some idiots, they're fools in every crowd, but there's no excuse to treat the entire population with disrespect. Remember, we're going to be at this for months yet.